Hello, Master Chief.
Seeing all the weapons in real life with Spartans actually wearing armor, it's pretty amazing as a fan of the game.
This is basically my favorite prop on Halo. It's practical, which is fantastic.
We put as much canonical detail into them as possible because we know fans are going to zoom in and enhance at 4K.
I think we're all very, very proud of what we've done.
Kenneth Peters, Senior Halo Franchise Writer at 343 Industries. I'm an advisor on the show for matters of canon and technical accuracy.
Liam Byrne, Head of Armory Department.
Hi, I'm Andrew Orlando, Props Master on Halo. To be honest with you, we've lost count about the amount of weapons that we've created. Started off with like a solid plastic weapon, and then as the show's progressed, we've had ones that they can take apart for cleaning. We've had weapons that we've fabricated for magazine changes and that you can actually cock the weapons.
For a lot of the weapons and various props, we use from the beginning, use 3D models from the game as initial reference and basically blockouts for the actual props. Most of this actually comes from Halo Reach, though fans will notice there's also some Halo 3 designs here, and all the way up to including our most recent game.
We've got the Magnum, we've got Master Chief's AR, Spartan knives, and with each weapon we've got various versions of the weapon. We've basically got softs, we've got lightweights, we've got ones that are back mounted. So for every weapon that we have, there's many versions for different applications throughout the show.
There's definitely a difference when you're making a video game weapon versus a actual practical weapon that has to be worn by a person in a practical Mjolnir suit.
We've had to customize everything. So we're always improving the whole time. So we start with a certain model, and then obviously a certain cast member or character will have a bit more difficulty doing something, or we'll design something particularly for that stunt gag, where we're obviously very, very conscious, obviously, of the brand and the fan base. So luckily we have the creative team here on set all the time anyway, so the decisions are made. So even if we have to change something, shave 10 millimeters off the end to make it work for the actor, that decision goes all the way to the exec producer, through Kenneth, through us. So everything still looks the Halo iconic weapons, but without changing the look, but essentially making it work for a practical purpose.
You know, if something's created in the game, the first thing you've got to be aware of is scale. In other words, if Master Chief had to pick up a Covenant weapon, it's got to be picture ready of a certain size, like a Sangini scale, for example. Then you've got to have a smaller version, which is used by the stunt people, which is a grey version, which is normally between 85 to 90% of the scale.
All the weapon decals, in particular, we drew upon the games as the primary source material, but we also had an amazing art team here with the art department, with Sophie's team and Eva, who did a lot of the weapon graphics. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of these particular graphics, and that includes stickers, the actual markings on the weapons themselves, on the vehicles, on all the props. And lore fans may note that this particular one has markings from the Colonial Military Authority, which deep lore fans that are familiar with the books and novels may be familiar with that.
It's an M134 minigun. We basically got an airsoft minigun, basically designed the shell for it, and we created a shell which we built around the minigun. It's practical airsoft, which is fantastic, and yeah, it's basically one of the best things that's on the show. How many rounds is it?
A lot.
Yeah.
But I definitely think the plasma pistol, because we managed to get a lot of the actual animations from the game into the actual prop, which is, I thought was honestly pretty amazing. We put as much canonical detail into them as possible because we know fans are going to zoom in and enhance at 4K to pick out the details. So we try to make sure everything was as accurate and as honestly interesting as possible.
It's been like a really amazing experience, like the collaboration between Kiki, Kenneth, and our production designer and our departments. As a whole, it's going to be a pretty insane project, and I think we're all very, very proud of what we've done.